Hello, everyone. Ben Wulo Ikare once again. And as I have said a few days ago in an audio, I spoke to the fact that Ken Saro-Wiwa was right when he said the environment is man's first right. Without a safe environment, man cannot live to claim other rights, be they political, economic, or social. And of course, it is obvious, even though some may disagree, even especially corporations, greedy corporations around the world, multinational corporations such as Shell may disagree because of their bottom line. But they know, of course, it's common knowledge that the environment is man's first right. Whether it is a non-natural environment that is, call it social settings, whether work environment, you name it. If that environment is not safe, if it is not conducive, if there is no some level of security guarantee, obviously nobody will feel safe to be in such environment. So when you flip that to the natural environment, it is of course man's first right. Just like we talk about democracy in a sense. If you're talking about human rights, if you're talking about people's right, if you're talking about economic rights and political rights, other rights, if democracy is not in place, if the will of the people is not in place, or if it is threatened, there is that tendency, obvious tendency, that all of such rights would also be in jeopardy. So, like when people argue about safety, this and that, they argue about freedom and so on and so forth. If there is no government of the people, whether it is the aspiring type that is common around the world, including in America, because of course there is no true democracy, perfect democracy anywhere in the world as at current. So every democracy happens to be aspiring, because as Ken Saro-Wiwa also put it, democracy, which is of course government of the people, by the people, and for the people, that democracy is also about equality. And according to him, if you don't practice that, meaning if you don't practice equality, then it means you're not a Democrat. It means you don't believe in democracy, not to talk of understanding democracy. So there's no place in this world where there is even 60%, 50% equality. There are imbalances everywhere in the world, whether it is in the judicial system, whether it is in the corporate system, corporate arrangement, whether it is within the executive, whether it is the the legislative, whether it is the judiciary. As I said earlier, there is imbalances, or there are imbalances. There is inequality everywhere in the world. And so all democracies are, in my view, aspiring. Countries are aspiring to become good democracies because there is no 50% equality anywhere in the world. Okay? And so Ken Saro-Wiwa said, if you don't practice equality, then you are not a Democrat. You don't understand democracy. You don't understand government of the people. So you flip that to the environment being man's first right, as Ken Saro-Wiwa rightly put it. And so, as the COP27 is about to round up this week, participants must understand that environmental justice is very important. Even as we gear toward reducing carbon, because of course we know, we see, it is obvious what climate change is doing. We have to understand and we have to see the environment as our first right as human beings. Without it, without a safe environment, we cannot exist to claim any other right. As Ken Saro-Wiwa put it again, be they political, economic, or social. And of course, the very fact that the Ogoni people who have been suppressed, who have been subdued just for having oil in their land, the very fact that they are not in control of their environment because of the activities of shale oil, because of the activities of the Nigerian government, because of the imposition of environmental pollution, the fact that they've been forced to live in pollution, in very dangerous pollution, drinking water that is over 1,000 times higher in benzene, a carcinogen that is attributed to cancer, causing cancer, different kinds of cancer. Ogoni people are drinking such water every day because there is no alternative source of water. So the very fact that the Ogoni people are not in control of their own environment to determine when to do what and when not to do what, their very existence is seriously threatened. That's what Ken Saro-Wiwa said. And this is the fact. It is true. It is true. It is true. So again, the environment remains man's first right. COP27 taking place in Egypt and rounding up soon. Environmental justice is very, very important. The big countries, corporations, which have polluted smaller countries and even polluted communities, weaker communities, minority communities, so-called, in bigger countries such as America, you name it, deserve environmental justice, deserve compensation for what they have been forced to endure. Thank you very much. And Wulo Ikari.